Live from Arkansas's breaking news leader, Fox 16 News starts now.
Better now with the new folks that we have, and with the teachers that we currently have, and with the community that's all behind us.
Strong reactions tonight after the Arkansas State Board of Directors votes on several key issues for the Little Rock School District. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for staying up and watching Fox 16. I'm Kevin Kelly.
I'm Donna Terrell. In the hours-long meeting, decisions were made regarding local control, the Little Rock Teachers Union, and more. We do have team coverage on this tonight.
We begin with Stephanie Sharp, who breaks down the votes that were made today.
What?
This meeting is adjourned.
The Arkansas State Board of Education meeting ending abruptly.
Shame! Shame! Shame!
Things getting heated after several key votes were made regarding the Little Rock School District.
So please explain to the press and to the public why you are taking these actions.
The state board voted to no longer allow the Little Rock Education Association to have negotiating powers with the commissioner when it comes to contracts. The partnership with the union ends October 31st.
Motion carries.
The state board chair, Diane Zook, reacts to that decision.
There are some LREA members who will not be happy. There are some LREA members who have contacted us who are perfectly happy to have a PPC. Those teachers that are not a member of LREA who have not had a seat at the table, they may be happy or they may not want a seat.
Another vote after being under state control for 5 years for academic distress. State board members voted to put the Little Rock School District on a pathway back to local control.
I'm sure that they will try to get on that as quickly as possible so that by the November board meeting, if not before, we can begin to put flesh on these bones.
At this point, there is no specific plan for what local control will look like for Little Rock School District. That will be decided in the future.
The board also voted to reinstate the Teacher Fair Dismissal Act. Late last year, the board voted to waive that act. It's basically due process for a teacher that's been fired. And once again, just want to make sure we're clear, that was reinstated for the Little Rock School District.
Upset and frustration after the meeting from people who spent all day hoping the board would listen to what they want. Our Susan L. Corey joins us from outside the Board of Education building. Susan, you were at the meeting this afternoon. What was your takeaway?
Well, Donna, just a lot of mixed emotions coming from the meeting here today. At first, it was relief from parents and teachers when they heard that Little Rock School District would start to get back local control. But that quickly turned to shock and just anger when the board voted to end the bargaining rights of the teachers union. A lot of folks I talked to saying they felt like that was slipped in and they had no chance to speak out.
Absolutely horrible.
Parents in disbelief as they leave the State Board of Education meeting.
They don't listen.
Feeling slighted.
I've had to take away hours of work time to come and fight for this, and they don't listen. They don't care.
Frustration overshadowing the day's win.
Motion carries unanimously.
To put Little Rock schools on a path to local control. That quickly faded to a much different sound.
Shame! Shame! Shame!
With another vote, in essence, ending the teachers union by taking away its bargaining power.
This is a travesty.
I'm feeling devastated right now. It truly was the most demoralizing meeting I've ever been to.
It's the speed that caught many off guard, saying the teachers union vote was done in a matter of minutes without any public comment.
Dealing with them is like being in an abusive relationship.
The board never misses an opportunity to completely screw things up at the end of the day.
Others say the state stepped in where the district should have made its own decision.
And it is such taxation without representation, it's got to get remedied somehow.
Now fearful for what all this could mean for what's ultimately at stake, their kids' education.
These children are vulnerable, and if they don't have these teachers, and if we can't support these teachers, they're going to suffer.
As far as what's next for the Little Rock School District, there are still a lot of questions when it comes to phasing out state control. The board called today and outlined and said they still have to iron out a lot more details, so we'll be seeing more meetings to figure all that out. In Little Rock, Susan L. Corey, back to you.
All right, Susan, thank you.
And of course, we'll be following the developments with today's votes in the coming days, weeks. maybe even longer. For a detailed recap of everything that happened in today's meeting, just head to our website, fox16.com.
A Fox 16 News update now. Authorities in Pulaski County releasing the identity of a woman whose body was found October 6. The remains have been identified as 30-year-old Chelsea Smith of Cabot. Family members told officials they hadn't heard from Smith since early September. Her remains were found a few yards off Faulkner Lake Road.
Tragedy struck today in Mobile, Alabama. Authorities confirming a school bus driver was killed this morning on the I-65 ramp in Pritchard. Alabama state troopers say 22-year-old Brandon Barner hit the school bus and another vehicle. The bus overturned and the driver, 32-year-old Kimberly Welch, was killed. There were no children on the bus. Tonight, the Mobile County school system saying in part, quote, Mrs. Welch was a very well-liked, caring, and dedicated bus driver and volunteer. Barner, meanwhile, is charged with homicide by vehicle.
Arkansas Attorney General Leslie Rutledge suing 3 online e-cigarette retailers for selling nicotine products and devices to minors. The lawsuits were filed against companies in Utah, Arizona, and Minnesota. All 3 companies sold and shipped vape products to customers in Arkansas and failed to confirm the customers' ages. These are violations of the Arkansas Deceptive Trade Practices Act. Each one is subject to a fine of up to $10,000 per occurrence.
The Arkansas Department of Health confirming it's investigating at least 1 vaping-related illness in Pulaski County. Right now, there have been 3 confirmed cases in the state, 10 probable cases, and 6 others are still being investigated. Tonight, a well-known Little Rock woman has a warning for other parents after she says her son got sick from vaping. She spoke exclusively with Fox 16's Ashley King.
You may recognize this mother here. Her name is Erin Griffin, and she's the owner of Cottom's Restaurant in downtown Little Rock. She considers herself to be a mom who doesn't have her head in the clouds, so you can only imagine her surprise when she found out her 17-year-old son was using e-cigarettes and got sick from them.
Made national headlines as the CDC says the number of vaping-related lung illnesses continues to grow. But it's something Erin Griffin never thought would hit so close to home.
I knew he was doing it. I'm not an idiot, and we've got a really open relationship, but I never said, how much are you doing? How often are you doing this?
She's talking about her 17-year-old son, Max. As a longtime smoker herself, who just quit 5 years ago, Griffin says she was clueless about e-cigarettes and their potential dangers.
This vaping thing just passed me right by.
But just this summer, she says her son Max developed what she calls a smoker's cough.
He started complaining just a few weeks ago, shortness of breath, and he was coughing a lot, and heartburn, he felt like, just a pain in his chest.
And then he vomited blood, so she took him to the doctor.
He has, tears and ulcers on his esophagus. His stomach is clear. I thought maybe he had a bleeding ulcer or something. I never even clued in that it was some vaping. I thought he had an ulcer.
She says the doctor says this is all from vaping, which he has been doing for about 2 years.
He was doing it in the house, downstairs in his room, playing video games. And I have no idea. You can't smell it. It completely dissipates in the air. And I had no idea what was going on under my own roof.
After Max's diagnosis, she took to Facebook to share her son's story. Within days, this post got more than 1,000 shares.
There was just so many people that it touched that are dealing with it or want to get the word out. This is something that happened, and this is what the doctor said, and this is real.
Griffin believes her son and his friends were getting the vapes from stores that were not checking their IDs. She urges parents to test their kids for nicotine, and she says she's thankful they caught Max's condition before it was too late. I'm Ashley King, back to you.
Wow, my goodness. Well, coming up, another medical marijuana dispensary set to open its doors tomorrow. We'll tell you where and how the area is preparing for this addition.
Plus, the popular TV reality show setting up shop in Central Arkansas through the night. A look at their natural state stop and who's next on the tour list.